Dr. Jonathan Reeves was a renowned surgeon, celebrated for his skill and precision in the operating room. Patients trusted him, colleagues admired him, and the hospital regarded him as one of its finest. But on the evening of September 14th, he vanished without a trace. His disappearance was baffling. There were no signs of forced entry at his home, no ransom notes, no suspicious activity caught on surveillance cameras. It was as if he had simply walked out of existence. Investigators combed through his personal and professional life but found no enemies, no financial troubles, and no apparent reason for him to flee. Then, an unsettling discovery was made. A hidden compartment in his office revealed a collection of medical records, patients who had undergone surgery but were never seen again. Their families had been given vague explanations, complications, transfers to other facilities, even sudden decisions to move abroad. But no real evidence of their whereabouts existed. Detective Claire Holloway took charge of the case. She followed a trail of inconsistencies, leading her to a remote clinic outside the city. There, she uncovered a horrific secret: underground operating rooms, abandoned but still carrying the stench of antiseptic and something far worse: death. The truth unraveled in chilling fragments. Dr. Reeves had been performing illegal organ transplants, using unwitting patients as unwilling donors. The missing individuals had been carefully selected, those with no close family, no immediate ties, and no one to raise suspicion. But something had gone wrong. Someone had turned the tables on the doctor himself. A final piece of evidence surfaced: a blurry security tape from the clinic's basement. In the dim lighting, Reeves could be seen strapped to a surgical table, his own medical instruments turned against him. A shadowy figure hovered over him, methodically preparing for a procedure. The tape ended abruptly, leaving one question unanswered: who had taken justice into their own hands? Dr. Jonathan Reeves had disappeared, but whether by murder or escape, no one could say for certain. His crimes had remained hidden for years, but in the end, the perfect crime had claimed its own creator. The case of the disappearing surgeon remained unsolved. Months passed, but the mystery only deepened. The media went wild, spinning theories ranging from criminal conspiracies to supernatural retribution. Some believed Reeves had faked his own disappearance to evade justice, while others suspected he had fallen victim to an underground organ trafficking syndicate that had decided to silence him permanently. Detective Holloway, however, wasn't ready to let the case go cold. She retraced Reeves' final days, interviewing hospital staff, former patients, and anyone who had crossed his path. One name stood out: a woman named Lillian Carter, whose brother had gone missing after undergoing a routine procedure under Reeves' care. Lillian had spent years searching for her brother, convinced something sinister had happened. As Holloway dug deeper, she discovered that Lillian had been following Reeves for months, documenting his movements, collecting evidence, and, according to phone records, had even been near the clinic on the night of his disappearance. When confronted, Lillian remained calm. "People like him think they're untouchable," she said, her voice eerily steady. But even the best surgeons make mistakes. Was Lillian the shadowy figure on the tape? If so, where was Reeves' body? Or had someone else taken justice into their own hands before she could? A new lead emerged when an anonymous tip directed Holloway to a secluded lake on the outskirts of town. Divers recovered a medical bag filled with surgical tools, each engraved with Reeves' initials. But no body. The case took another bizarre turn when a former nurse from Reeves' clinic came forward, terrified for her life. She revealed that Reeves had been working with a secretive group that specialized in black market organ sales. According to her, the group had grown tired of Reeves' recklessness and decided to eliminate him before he could bring unwanted attention to their operation. Did they execute him? Or did Reeves, knowing he was being hunted, stage his own disappearance? To this day, no trace of Jonathan Reeves has been found. His name remains whispered in dark corners, a cautionary tale of the surgeon who vanished without a trace. Whether he was a victim or the mastermind of his own escape, one thing is certain: his secrets did not die with him. The case of the disappearing surgeon remains open, waiting for the final piece of the puzzle to surface.